Welcome to this E-25 replay. It is my first mastery badge ace tanker in it, and also my highest scoring XP match ever. Managed to get 2502 XP, it was 1668 base. And you might say, well, why do you get the ace tanker now? Because I've had this tank ever since it was released, and I have had a lot of fun with it. But the reason why I haven't got the ace tanker is back when I mostly played it, I was always platooning up with Arkel and Black Gold Saw, and both of them are really good players. So if you end up in a team with 3 good players, then the amount of damage and stuff you can do is basically divided by 3. So that's why I never got the chance to get the ace tanker in it. Up until now, because now since this year I'm playing it alone more. We're in a really nice matchup, tier 7, and the enemy scouts didn't actually come this way, so we can take up this really nice spotting position. And the thing about the E-25 is it has a really good gun, but it only has 150 penetration, which sometimes is not enough, but usually you can get around that by just using your rate of fire or relocating. But I've also got about 20 premium rounds in this tank, just in case I run into tier 8s or higher, or heavily armored tier 7s. This guy might be a problem from the front. I'm just waiting for him to pull back. I'm just spotting at the start, and now I'm just putting some fire in, but he gets taken out. So that means, as far as we know, this side is clear. Now I have got binoculars on my E-25, and the reason for that is that the view range isn't all that spectacular because it's a low tank, so it lacks view range. But if you put binoculars on, this thing has got something like 450 or 420 view range or something. You can see it on the map. Each time the binoculars kick in, you can see the white circle expanding, which is just really nice. So basically all our team is on this side, and they're all waiting for someone to spot. So I'll just move up and take up position in a bush over here and see if you can see something when the binoculars kick in. There we go, an IS. So turn to face him, but the thing I'm running into here is I'm not turning manually, so I should have actually turned the vehicle slightly more to make use of the full gun arc, but I didn't. But we got this really nice guy over there. He's platooned up with the enemy M6 and KV-85, so it's always important to take out platoons because they tend to work together. So already we're up to 2 kills and 1200 damage that we've seen, and it's time to move up a little. So creeping over the hill, and the shots, I don't know where they're going, but occasionally you get this where you see a perfect outline and your shots just go nowhere. And he gets taken out. So Stuart there unfortunately has managed to get behind the ridge line, but he does get taken out, but so does our Panzer. So time to move up to the center. I see this Type 58 and the VK pushing aggressively on our base, so making use of this cover and trying to put some shots into that guy. It's difficult because he's behind the rack of the artillery, so, and we're dinging off the side of his turret unfortunately, and then we get spotted. So no one is focusing us yet, but the M6 has started to fire on me, so it's time for me to move. He is probably angry with me that I managed to kill one of his platoon mates, so no use to provoke him further, get spotted and then move back into the bush. Now this vehicle has got really good camouflage. It's one of the reasons why some people consider it OP, because you basically don't get spotted if you do it well, and especially inexperienced players don't know how to handle these tanks when they come up against it. Like this guy, he doesn't see me and he's about 300 meters from me. So, I mean, I can see why people consider it OP. It is definitely OP in the hands of a good player, but then again, so is the Comet. So, yeah. It is good though that they removed it from the premium shop, because otherwise it would eventually probably end up like a Type 59 problem. So take out the VK and pull back behind the ridge, because I know that there's probably a couple of guns aiming at me, but I have to go and see if there's more guys pushing the base. I was expecting this Type 58 to still be on this side, but he actually turned out to be smart, and he isn't. The Stuart Emil is though, but I'm not going to take him up like that frontally, so I'm going to use these bushes over here to take care of him. But Wargaming put a nice ridge there, so you actually have to move further up to use bushes here now, which is a bit annoying. I'm slightly more exposed than I like to be, but Stuart doesn't get spotted. He was last spotted over these bushes, so I'm putting a blind fire into both of them and pulling back. But I don't get spotted, so move back up and we hit one shot. So now it's time to just pump him full of lead. Oh, hello there, Mr. Stuart Emil. He manages to put a big shot into us, killing our gunner, but I'm just pulling back. Get hit by the M6, who is still camping in the middle. So I'm moving up slightly and I'm hoping for me to be able to spot him. He does become visible. My shot wafts into the tracks, so now from now on premium is loaded. And I managed to put a nice shot into his side of his turret, leaving him on 8th health. But the problem now is that we've only got a Yak Panther left and he isn't doing too well at the moment. We're up to 3,000 damage, 3 kills and 5,000 WN8 already, so I'm telling him wait for me, I'll come to you, because I'm not much use on this side anymore and I can use the great mobility and speed of the E-25 to get to the Yak Panther and help him out. And the E-25 is so low that you can actually pretty easily hide in this dippy road, which is also a big advantage. People have trouble shooting you if they can't actually see much of your tank. So yeah, I'm expecting them to mount a push, so I'm just being careful not to expose too much of my tank, getting them into binocular range and then putting up binoculars and just seeing if I spot something or not. Now the trick with the E-25 as well is, because you've got pretty good camo, you want to be outside the enemy spotting range when you use this gun. The 150 pen doesn't always penetrate the enemies, but at least you stay safe. And now I see this M12 driving slightly towards me, so I'm pulling back. If I stay there and keep firing, then he will spot me and I will get shot by 2 guys. So I'm just pulling back to this bush and repeating the exercise. So having the binoculars come up and now just wait if we spot something. Our Yak Panther is moving up. I really don't like that. He's on 45 health and I'm saying to him, don't move up. You're just going to get killed because you're a huge box of a TV. and you don't have really good camo, and there we go. Type 58 kills him. So yeah, that leaves me alone. So my first shot goes nowhere. I put one in, and if that hit, he has an indication of where I am now. So time to relocate. I'm a pretty much a one shot for a lot of them now, especially the RT and the M6. So I need to stay mobile if I want to succeed. So I'm just moving to the other side of the map, and I'm thinking that I need to set up spotting position again, in a position where I can see two flanks and have a chance to put the first shot in. However though, 4 minutes on the timer at the moment, so we have to keep an eye on that. And yeah, I mean, with binoculars this thing is really good. I really like the mobility. It's one of my favorite tank destroyers, especially for doing missions, because it's really versatile. You can do a lot of damage, you can do a lot of module damage because the rate of fire is so high. So yeah, I've had great fun driving this again. My latest first class match, which I uploaded as well, was on this map, but the normal version. And back then I actually ran out of ammo, but then again I was spamming it too much. So now I'm relocating a little bit just to see if I can spot the middle again. I need to get it within my spotting range. There we go, RT spotted. He dips behind, but it looks like he's actually going for the middle. So what I'm doing is, I'm expecting him to go there, just following him. He does, so I actually turn my tank, make sure that I've got my gun trained on where he's likely to be. First shot misses. Second one doesn't. So that's RT down. Just pulling back in case I get spotted, but I don't. So pulling back behind the bush cover. And now I'm moving to the left again. I was sort of contemplating on going further, but then I thought, well, I'll just take up this spotting location first, because you never know, the Type 58 might actually push across the road and I'll be able to spot him from here. But it doesn't look like he is. 2 minutes on the counter, so I can't really hang around too long in certain locations. I need to get a move on, otherwise this will end in a draw, and that would be really sour. So yeah, I'm thinking, shall I wait for them? Shall I go? Shall I wait for them? And then I'm thinking, yeah, I might as well go find them. 148. So yeah, I'm not going to do my team any favors by waiting here. I'm not going to do myself any favors by drawing this match out. I've done really well so far, so let's see if we can finish it in style. So moving back to the right, since I didn't spot anything on the left, they might have actually moved to the different side. Waiting for my binoculars to come up, they didn't see anything, so move them further, and then we see the M6, and he's on 8 health, so aim for him. And of course, premium round dings on his side. Luckily, my rate of fire is so high that I was able to beat RNJesus to death, because he will do his best to try and make me lose. You'll see that in a second as well. So that was a retarded ding on the side of an M6 with premium ammo. So let's see if we can fight the Type 58 as well. We've got 47 seconds on the clock, so it's getting really close. So moving back to the middle, there we go. So there he is, and another ding. So RNJesus is still at work, but luckily Type 58 misses me. 30 seconds on the clock, and it's time to move up. So aim. He luckily has low roll, and I kill him. So yeah, ace tanker, high caliber, and Topgun. And in total I managed to get 9,000 something WN8 and 1668 base, translating to 2,502 XP with the premium account for a single. So yeah, really nice. Hope you enjoyed the replay. If you did, please rate it and possibly subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.